It was good. The to work in pairs, to work in groups, and we didn't think alike. Some people would maybe we had a task to be done, something else, but each one put something on the table to get together, and so we would start a discussion about that. So each one with their own personality and the way of thinking put something on the table. We get together and when we use it to discuss and figure out a way to send something, to hand something to the teacher, and in a nice way to to get a nice grade, of course. That was really challenging, but it was good because we started that at that point to get together with different people, and that's what it's all about in life. I think that's it.
Yes, I agree with you. Looking back, I think it was good, but at the time I had a lot of difficulty dealing with certain type of people. There are some people who are very hard to deal with. Vitor, what about you? What are some of the most valuable lessons you learned outside of the textbooks?
Okay, it's a harder question. Um, the the most valuable lessons. Mm, yeah, I think in my college years, I remember um, I learned a lot of things that I classificate these things. How can I say this? Não eram. Eu posso falar. They were not very important um, for my career or um, for understand the word or understand the laws, understand the how the words works. Because I remember in my college years, uh, there were a lot of um, materials, a lot of things to distract us, and um, for example, I don't remember learn about what the politicians should do. For example, what the president do, what the senator, I don't know in English, senadores, how the credit works, the credit card, or how the economic works. And I think this I learned. Um, eu percebi, I noticed that you have to você tem, you have uh, how can I say this, mas eu tô tentando dizer que tem coisas que você nem sabe que tem que aprender, que você meio que depois de anos fala, putz, precisava ter aprendido isso quanto antes, né? That's it.
So you're saying you've missed those kind of contents during your college years. You wanted someone to taught you this during the college
Yes.
years.
Yes, the teachers, for example, to teach important things. I remember uh, uh, in my medial or my ensino médio,
High school.
my high school, yeah, I learned about the sociology, about arts, about The things that I don't remember anymore. And I think I classifiquei these não importante, né? Eu classifico isso como coisas não importantes. Foram coisas boas, they were good things, but I don't use it in my adult session, my adult, my nowadays. You understand me?
Got it. Yes, I understood. I agree with you. I did a technical study, technical degree, ensino técnico, and I had a discipline where the teacher taught us the main terms that surrounded CLT. So we learned what was FGTS and what was it for, INSS, all of those things. The teacher taught us because we needed to enter the market knowing those terms. So it was good because I don't see a normal high school teaching those kind of things. Okay, guys, let's go to question number 2. Do you think academic success truly reflects intelligence and potential? Or are there other skills that matter more in real life? It's a little bit what you said in question number 1, Victor. Almir, can you please answer this?
Yes, I think academic success can be a sign that of intelligence, of the ability to learn and understand things easily. It can be a sign if the person reaches is successfully or success academically. It can be a sign of intelligence and ability to learn things easily. But mostly in that subject that the person is studying. It doesn't mean much, you know. It's related to that point, that part of, I don't know, it depends on whatever the person chose before. But I think that creativity plays a good role and can make a difference if you are creative in your life. Because academic success, okay, you studied hard, you were engrossed in a lot of books and stuff. You got so good at that point, at that subject, specific. I don't know, but creativity can leads you far away in your life if you got creativity, if you are a creative person, not just stuck in a subject.
I totally agree. If you are creative, if you are curious. Also, we have to talk about the emotional intelligence that we don't learn this in a textbook or doing a master's degree. For me, it's a hard subject to learn, emotional intelligence. What do you think, Victor? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you guys. I think academic success is important. This helps us a lot. But yeah, I think I choose another skills. For example, skills about communication, about the handle difficult situations. I think uh, the skills more related with mental health, mental flow, you know. And for example, in Brazil, is very common. You see people, fantastic people working in the streets, working in restaurants, or building business from zero, from scratch, without academic diploma or academic, I don't know, diploma, academic um,
Degree.
degree certifications, I think there are skills more important in the real life.
Nice, for sure. Yes, good example. We had a lot of examples of successful people in Brazil that was, how can I say that in English? Foram feitos do zero. Acho que existe uma expressão dessa em inglês. Made from scratch.
From scratch.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go to question number 3. Was there a teacher or a professor who had a big impact on you, positively or negatively? What made them stand out? Almi.
Okay, yes, there was a teacher. I never forget this guy. Never. It was a long time ago. I'm 57. I didn't tell you that anyway. So I was maybe 14, 13, 12. I went with him so through some years, not only one, in the school. And it was a Portuguese teacher. His name was Israel. And it was around the 5th grade, 6th grade anyway. He used to make us write down sentences, meaningful sentences, like and we would write these sentences repeatedly in the calligraphy notebook, and we would write many times the same sentence, and I remember the sentence, the two of them at least I remember. The study is the light of life. Of course, in Portuguese, o estudo é a luz da vida. Work dignifies a man. O trabalho dignifica o homem. Man, it got stuck in my brain. I have never forgotten these sentences in my entire life. And it was a really great guy. He was always pay attention to us and trying to do his best to teach us something for life, not only Portuguese, grammar, no. And into the future, maybe some years ago, he became the principal of the school, o diretor. He was a great guy. I never forget this guy. I remember maybe 10 years ago, I met him in the subway maybe, and I went to talk to him. He didn't remember me, of course, but I said, "Oh, it's Teacher Israel," and he said, "From which school? From which school?" Because he gave classes in many schools. So I was your teacher in which one? But it was a nice guy, really.
That's so nice. That's so nice. I also had a teacher who left a mark in me, but it was a math teacher. She was a woman, and she made us stand up in our chairs and imitate a zombie and say, 0 is neutral. O zero é neutro. O zero é... Because we needed to learn that the 0 was a neutral number. I don't forget this. I was like, I don't know, 10 years old, something like that. What about you, Victor? Do you have a teacher that impacts you?
I think yes, but I don't remember much about my teachers because I changed from a lot of schools in my high school years. But I remember a sociology professor, and him always said me to um, pursue your goals, né, correr atrás dos objetivos, study, and seek help from people, and stay near a friend, né? Estar near, ficar perto de amigos, né? and because in my high school I was a person, how can I say this? Individual person without a lot of friends, and I stay in the how can I say this? In a corner of the class, and I remember I did a lot of group works alone because I prefer do by myself, and him talked with me to try to be more social, and in the beginning him was my colleague um, in the work, né? Então, por um tempo ele foi o meu colega nos trabalhos, né? Então eu fazia junto com ele, né? Em vez de fazer com outros alunos, né? Because I had difficult to communicate or social. I don't know the word in English, mas socializar.
To
That's it.
socialize, you were a shy person.
Yeah.
And nowadays, are you still very shy or do you have more ability to make friends?
I think nowadays I am how can I say this in English, but is shameless. It's shameless, né? Cara de pau. Because in the past I worked a lot. I worked as a broker, a broker. How can I say this? De imóveis seria real estate agent, né? And I had to communicate more with clients to show the projects, the buildings, and I need to change my mindset in a harder mode.
Oh my God, totally. To
Yes,
be a
because
shy
I
person and
need.
become this?
Yes, I was, because it uh, was my second work in my career, um, in my life, and
Mhm.
I needed to talk with clients in the, for example, in the street.
Wow.
I need to, how can I say this in English? But entregar panfleto na rua, parar as pessoas.
I think it's like,
It's helped me a lot
yes.
to change my shy mind, né?
Uh-huh. Nice, nice. You have to learn or you have to learn. You didn't
Yes.
have any other option.
No.
Nice. All right, guys, let's go to question number 4. Almir, how did you experience at school or college shape, sorry, shape your personality, confidence, or the way you deal with challenges today?
Okay, that's number 4. He asked for some help in translating something to English. That would be to hand out pamphlets. They say pamphlets. That's the same word, but to hand out. I used to hand out pamphlets on the street, or I don't know what you were saying exactly, but to hand out pamphlets.
Nice.
The experience in school, college shaped my personality. I think it helped me build my confidence. Yes, it sure did. Especially to be able to talk in front of many people and sharing my ideas. So it shaped my personality in a way, certainly. because I didn't tell you guys, but I graduated on languages, Portuguese and English. So I'm an English teacher and Portuguese teacher, and I gave classes. I was a funcionário público, public servant. Anyway, one thing inside the college, the university, we had this subject called didacticus. Didacticus, that's the word, didacticus, for you to give class. These classes, in each one of them, you had to stand in front of all the people and give classes because you were going to be a teacher. So didactics is a subject inside that you train to be a teacher in front of all the people that in the class. So you would choose a subject. It could be about grammar, profound grammar, not the beginner ones, the some more profound. And it could be in English, it could be in Portuguese, no problem. But you have to teach them. So it was training hard, and so for me it was real nice because yes, I was shy mostly in high school, but then everything changed a lot. And I said I worked for the subway company, and I work in this company for 37 years now. And after graduating, uh, the boss asked me, "We need people to give training for newcomers, to new employees in the company. You are an old bird here, old bird, cara antigo aqui." So anyway, they say this in English. That's sometimes I remember I use these expressions. I'm sorry. But you are an old bird here. You could give training for the new guys. There are a lot of guys coming. Um, I said okay. So I spent in the company 12 years giving training to a lot of people, newcomers. So it would be an auditorium with 30, 40 people, and even worse yet, most of the time, mostly in the beginning, there would be inside amongst them the manager or even hire the director to check your performance as an instructor.
Really?
So
They
for
were
me, if
hiding.
the guy was so for me, if the guy was there or not, it didn't make any difference because I was so used to it. So I would give him the teaching, I would explain everything, and everything was there. So if I got to be do a trainee, sorry, to an instructor for 12 years, it means that I was accepted and approved by these big bosses. Otherwise, I wouldn't stand there for 12 years doing this thing.
Of course. Oh my God, just to present my work to my colleagues. I don't know, I have 6 or 7 colleagues in my team. I get very nervous, very anxious. I don't have these skills to improvise, you know? If I have to
Okay,
improvise.
but you don't freak out. Don't freak out. Você não surta.
No,
Just
I
anxious,
do
get
it.
a little bit anxious or nervousness.
Yes, yes. But it was worse, very worse, uh, when I was younger. So I consider that I improved my skills as a oradora. How can I say that? You know? Tá mutado.
This one I don't remember, but we can check. That's not a problem.
Yes, yes. I was trying to find um sinônimo. But you know, I consider that I improved my ability as oradora, but I still get very nervous. All right, we were in question number 4. Vitor, please. How did your experience at school shape your personality, confidence, or the way you deal with challenges today?
Yeah, I said before about I was a shy person, and in the high school I was the very, very shy person, and but in the college, after I finished my high school, I needed to work to start working, and working as a real estate agent, like I said before. And I tried to go to the interviews, and I remember I started work at a small company, a small market company, and I needed to change my personality step by step, because in the high school I am a very shy person. In my in, in a college, I was changing step by step, and I think uh, this place um, helped me a lot. Helped me in the to understand my how can I say this, my limitations. Yes, my limitations, and try to um, handle with this. And then nowadays I always try to understand my my problems, and create a plan to solve it, or just observe, just see the things happens. I think with these experiences, I create a maturity to know there are things that you cannot change, or you can change, but in a slowly or slow time, step by step, no from day to another. I think I can de dia pro outro. I think that's it.
Nice, nice. All right, guys. Let's go to question number 5. What kind of student were you guys? Disciplined and focused, creative and distracted, or something in between? Almir.
Oh, yes, I was, well, oh, I'm not muted. I was somewhere in between, I think, because I was focused on my schoolwork. I was so focused, but at the same time, I got distracted easily. So I don't know how to explain this, because especially if there was an empty class. Everybody likes the empty class, aula vaga. So we used to like that a lot to play, and if I don't know, relieve that much burden that was on our shoulders, to have to learn a lot of stuff at the same time and get good grades. So I used to like a lot of empty class. That's the way they say in English. We say aula vaga, and I used to like a lot, and I used to be distracted and play a lot. But when it was time to focus and schoolwork and tasks and everything, I would do my best. But I won't hide this from you that I used to like a lot empty classes and do whatever I want inside the class.
Who didn't like empty classes? I bet there's someone somewhere out there who didn't like, but the majority loves empty classes. We used to play a lot of truco and bisca in my college and in high school. Oh my God, we bet yogurt candies, balinhas de iogurte in truco. It was very funny. Oh my God. What about you, Vitor?
Yes, I really love it about the empty class too. And for me, I was uh merge with creative and distracted student, because a most part of my academic years, I was a person that sit in the back of the class, and I am I was a student that everything were a joke, or how can I say this? It's a joke, it's a play, and in the high school, I passed in the particular school, and I need to change my behaviors because I started in the Escola Adventista, Adventist school here in São Paulo, and I I had to change my handler, my behaviors, and I stayed more focused in the class, in the teacher, and when I remember when I was in the end of bimestre. I don't know bimestre in English, but I changed my mindset to disciplined student, and the beginning of the bimestre, I was the distracted, distracted student, and in the end, in near the tests, I changed to disciplined. That's it.
Quando apertava, you changed.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I need to um 5 points to go to
To
the
pass.
next year. Yeah,
Yes.
to pass.
Oh, I was a little bit like you guys. I was disciplined with homework and that stuff, but I get distracted a lot. And I envy my husband because he never gets the homework done. He sits in front of the class. He pays attention. For me, it's something of another world. He pays attention to the whole class, and he understands what the teacher said, and he didn't write anything in his notebook. He remembers what he learned, and in the day of the test, he just search in his brain and remembers. Ay, ay. All right, guys, let's go to question number 6. How do you feel about the idea that traditional education doesn't always prepare us for real life? Do you agree or disagree? Almir.
I think that the traditional education it may give you knowledge. Traditional education give you knowledge. That's it. But it doesn't prepare you for the challenges in of real life. That's it. That's totally different to for you to grab knowledge inside your brain a lot. It depends on how much you study. The if you are CDF, like they say, anyway. But the traditional way doesn't prepare you for the challenges in real life, like like managing your finances. Managing your finances. You don't learn this in school. I don't know nowadays. I've been far away from school, but back in those days, my days, though, it was traditional. Okay, you have to sing the anthem for the Brazil and before going to the class and those stuff. Um, anyway, but no, it does not prepare you for life. You have to figure out a way and go through experiences, uh, facing the wall all the time. bater cabeça, and that's the way we here in Brazil get prepared to face social stuff, social issues in our lives.
Yeah, but do you think traditional education should change a little bit to accommodate these subjects like financial studies, to teach you how to invest your money or to take care of your money, or emotional education? What is your opinion? Do you think schools should teach that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like you had before, you said you went through a course. It was maybe technical. You said you learned about the FGTS, ENSS, stuff like related to social issues that you're going to face into the future when you are older, elderly, or I don't know. It's they need to insert inside some things related to that. Not only teach you math and Portuguese grammar, those hard stuff and boring a lot. Although I graduated on it, I don't like. I like more to speak English. And, of course, I read books on grammar, but I don't talk much about this. I keep to myself.
Nice, nice. All right, what about you, Vitor? Question number 6.
Yeah, I totally agree with Almir said. I said a little before in the first question, I guess. But in my opinion, no. I think the traditional education doesn't prepare you for real life. I bring my example because I finished my high school. I didn't know about the credit card works, about the politicians they should do, and everything about society. I think it's a miracle. Oh, I don't know, but é um milagre. It's a milagre. I am here. I am in the high position in the technical, in the in technology, for example, because I don't remember where I changed my mind because I was a person um, that how can I say this? Take care about study, about the uh, try to be more productive, get better salary, um, get better positions in the career. I think this is. I don't think it is same 100% the school fault. I think, for example, it's a cultural. It's a cultural. It's about the society. For example, in the I love the China government way to handle the children, the students, because in the China people with 8 years olds learn to program, learn robotics, learn to grow food, learn about the society, about the your how can I say this? Dirty, que é seus deveres. Yeah, and the school in the China is very important to grow of the society. Like, pelo que eu estudei. Uh, um, and I guess it's a cultural because they have a lot of respect about the school, about the study, about the learning, and I think it's not a school problem. Yeah, but school can help. And in Brazil, I think the traditional education needs change. Needs change.
Got it, got it. Nice example of China. Yes, since I came to this technology field, I miss having those kind of contents in high school and ensino fundamental, because I've never heard of this before when I was younger. I got in contact with this kind of things when I was older. And so I decided to shift my careers. I could decide this younger, maybe if I had contact with this theme. All right, guys, let's do one more question. Question number 5. What role did friendships play during your school or college years? Did they influence your motivation or sense of belonging? Almi, you are muted.
You said number 5. Is that the one or
I said
7?
7,
You said
sorry.
5.
Really? Sorry.
So yeah, it was confusing. Okay. The role friendship plays during the high school friendship. It's all about friendship. This question, influence your motivation. We always create inside the classroom. I think subgroups. They call subgroups. We create small groups. I don't know if you had in your school life subgroups, people that you relate more easily than the others. It happens all the time. So it creates a sense of belonging to a group because we are at that moment, at that time, we are in the same boat. So people get together and yes, I don't have from college, at the university, I'm contact with people, no one anymore, but it keeps from some years, and then it started fading away, and we forget, we lose contact with these people. But with some people, it lasted for some years. Yes, it was good. I mean, the ones that were in the same group as me, we used to get together and talk. It was nice.
Nice, nice. It's amazing. I am still in contact with my friends from high school and fundamental school. I don't know how to say that. Victor, what about you? You said you were more a shy person, but did you have friends that you still are in contact with from school?
No, nowadays, I have the inside my Facebook and Instagram, but I don't talk with them, I guess, a long time ago. And but I have good friends. I have good friends about my um, from my college, faculdade. I have I made a new friend because nowadays I am in MBA in the Hospezalc here in Brazil, and I made new friends, and I noticed when you don't create a connection, uh, how can I say, a deep connection with your friends in your high school, in your school, or in the college, uh, after years you don't talk with them anymore. But I have good feelings about the past, good feeling about the groups, the works, and that's it.
Nice, nice. Good to know that you got to have good friends in college. It's important to have friends in college. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with me during this whole hour. Have a nice week, and I'll see you guys some other time.